Albertans would not be happy with that answer, because 9 costly inflationary Liberal budgets gave Canadians double deficit, double debt, double food bank usage, double rents, double mortgages, and double inflation. What Canadians don't want is this Prime Minister to double down on the same failed policies that sent 2.2 million Canadians into a food bank every single month. So instead of trying to cause a costly election on a costly budget, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life?
Yeah!
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
She got no idea what the hell she's doing.
Conservatives keep talking and talking and talking about affordability. But when it comes to vote, they oppose the very measures that create jobs and strengthen local economies. We're delivering real results, thousands of new jobs, real investments in prairie communities, and stronger paychecks for Alberta families. If Conservatives actually care about helping families make ends meet, they should support Budget 2025 and the jobs it will create for
This is like an example of when you lie on your resume or something.
The Honourable Member for
Like she had
Edmonton
no
West.
idea, no business being there, and
Every
what she's
dollar
doing.
this government spends comes out of the pockets of Canadians at higher taxes and higher inflation. The Prime Minister is giving billions to Liberal connector insiders with consultants, and yet at the same time is telling young Canadians they have to sacrifice more. He's promised to cap spending at a 2% increase, but he's actually growing it by 8%. And who is paying for this inflationary spending? It's the 2 million Canadians lining up at food banks every month. So instead of trying to cause a costly election on a costly budget, why not deliver an affordable budget for an affordable life?
The Honourable Secretary of State for Seniors.
Make a real difference in fighting food insecurity, Mr. Speaker. Seniors being able to access the benefits that they're entitled to. That's why we're going to make it easier for 1 million lower-income Canadians to access the benefits that they've worked so hard for with automatic tax filing. We're going to make sure that Canadians, especially older Canadians, keep their hard-earned money with the first national anti-fraud strategy. And what does Alma from Marathon, Ontario say about the strategy? Great news, yet again, by our amazing government. Thanks for always taking care of things that matter to Canadians. And we, Mr. Speaker, will continue to protect and empower Canadians like Alma.
Mr. Speaker, on Friday, the Supreme Court struck down mandatory jail time for predators convicted of possessing child sexual abuse material. That decision is disgusting. These offenders weren't caught with a few files. They had hundreds of images and videos of children as young as 3 being tortured and abused. Yet instead of standing up for victims, this Liberal government stays silent. Why is this Prime Minister more interested in protecting pedophiles than protecting Canada's children from monsters?
Wow, look at the Conservative bench. Everybody, mostly everybody stands
Honourable
up.
Secretary of State for combating crime.
Mr. Speaker, plain and simple, child abusers should face the toughest penalties under Canadian law. Child abusers are amongst the most reprehensible in our society, Mr. Speaker. That's why we've introduced sweeping reforms through Bill C-14 that make bail stricter and sentences tougher, and that make child sexual offenders serve time behind bars, Mr. Speaker. But let's not forget C-63. A Liberal government introduced that bill to protect kids online, but the Conservatives refused to support it. And a few months ago, we brought...
I wouldn't be pontificating.
The Honourable Member for Brantford, Brant South, Six Nations.
With these Liberals, why do charter rights of pedophiles come before charter rights of children? Shamefully, every single member of this party, including the Minister of Justice, remains silent. Crickets. This ruling means pedophiles with hundreds of videos of children being sexually assaulted can escape mandatory jail. You can't claim to stand for victims while you defend a system that shields the predators. Why won't this Prime Minister call the ruling what it is? Disgusting, and commit to restoring mandatory jail time for pedophiles.
Yep. Public execution at a certain point is what I think.
The Honourable Secretary of
Thought
State.
that might be a little
Mr.
extreme.
Speaker, we
I
are
don't know.
not
Probably
silent
not.
on this issue. That is why we've introduced sweeping reforms under Bill C-14 to make bail stricter and sentences tougher, and we are making sure that child sexual offenders serve time behind bars, Mr. Speaker. But let's not forget the conduct of the Conservatives, Mr. Speaker. They refuse to support C-63, which would help protect our children against online crime, online predators. And a few months ago, they refused to support lawful access, which will help police catch pedophiles, Mr. Speaker.
What the hell up? The Liberals are the ones that want a bunch of loony bins and wackos free in the streets. It shouldn't even be controversial.
Okay, order, please. Order. Order. Hello.
Not one minister said a word.
Every dollar the Liberal government spends comes out of the pockets of Canadians in the form of higher taxes and inflation. A costly budget will lead to a costly life. While Canadians are lining up at food banks, this Liberal government is using their money to hand out bonuses. The Business Development Bank got $60 million, EDC $45 million, CMHC $30 million. Wow. Instead of trying to cause a costly election on a costly budget, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life?
Here, here.
The Honourable... Please, order, members, order. The Honourable Secretary of State for Rural Development.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Weeks, Mr. Speaker, I've been trying to learn French, but I want to say to the people of Canada, when we see a lot of measures that we're undertaking as a government to make life more affordable, we see opposition from the opposition on really good measures, Mr. Speaker. So I've learned in English to say, you are the problem, and in my native language of Cree, and now I've learned in French,
you are the problem.
Because the bottom line is...
That's lame. Looks like pure left.
You know, in the past, members have invoked references to language and different contexts, and it can sometimes be a sensitive issue. So I think we should leave out references to different languages and how you know, some people understand one, don't understand the other. The honourable member for Carlton Trail, Eagle Creek.
Hundreds of millions of dollars in excessive bonuses to failed Liberal insiders drives up inflation, and Canadians are paying the price. 2.2 million food bank visits, 700,000 are children. Rent has doubled. The food bank in Saskatoon is moving locations to keep up with the rising demand as it's, and I quote, bursting at the seams. Canadians can't afford homes, they can't afford food. Instead of trying to cause a costly election on a costly budget, why not an affordable budget for an affordable life?
The Honourable Secretary of State for Rural Development.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For 10 long years, we send 14 Conservative MPs to Ottawa. That's 140 years.
We're going to have to start from the top on that. I mean, there was nothing provocative in the Secretary of State's answer. I don't know why it was generating so much reaction. The Honourable Secretary of State from the top, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. For 10 long years, we sent 14 Conservative MPs to Ottawa. That's 140 collective years that they have not stood up for Saskatchewan, nor voted for any positive members to help with the affordability issue across this country, Mr. Speaker. They can help today by voting for this budget. And if they want a Christmas election, Mr. Speaker, remember that Santa Claus wears red. Thank you.
Weird.
The
Just
honourable
weird.
member for